It is June here in Florida, and we are doing a test to see how the Creaform MetraSCAN system will work outdoors. It wasn't specifically designed to work outdoors, but we decided to do a test to see if we could make it work. With the sun being pretty much direct overhead about noon, as I mentioned here in Florida, we've got the sun blazing away. And what we've done is we put the C-Track, the camera system, with its back to the sun, and we've set up one of those pop-up awning type tents. And if you can see here, you can see the MetraSCAN head. We're keeping it in the shade. And what we're doing here is looking at an application for scanning cracks and deviations in pavement and 3D scanning them to see what we can pick up. And as you can see here, it's kind of dark and shiny, so it's a little bit of a challenging surface. But we're able to scan it really with no issues whatsoever. The C-Track seems to find the head and be able to track it. Here you can see the sun is behind the clouds, but even when it comes back out, we had no issues. Now, will this work for all types of surfaces in all conditions? We don't know. We haven't tried it, but it seems like it works pretty good here as long as we can keep that scan head in the shade, because it has those reflective targets on it, and if it's in direct sunlight, they just get washed out. But here, it seems to work pretty good. Now, if you had something really large, you might need a few of these tents or a bigger one. You can move the C-Track system around if you have to and move the tent. But overall, we were pretty impressed that it worked pretty good and didn't seem to affect the capture rate. The scanner itself really didn't get lost at all during this, within the scanning volume of the MetraSCAN system. So we were pretty pleased with the ability to do this with a little bit of setup. And you can see here the scan data, so it turned out really well. This is a resolution of about 0.5 millimeters. Here we are zooming in. You can see a little sheet metal screw we saw laying there in the crack, but you can see it's very well defined. And the advantage of the Creaform system is once you capture the scan data, you can reprocess it down to an even higher resolution. So here it is down to 0.25 millimeters. So that same set of scan data, you can see even more detail. And again, here is that sheet metal screw. And you can go down all the way down to 0.05 millimeters with the Creaform system. Now keep in mind though, these files get very large. Even this sample area here was about 1.5 gigs. So yes, you can get very high resolution, but the files tend to get large. So just a quick little test to see if we could get the MetraSCAN to work outside in June in Florida with the sun blazing away, and it seemed to work as long as we could keep that scan head in the shade and keep the C-Track with its with the sun to its back, so it doesn't wash out those sensors.